Yo, what's up, peoples? Mood616 back with another entry in my top 25 groups of all time, my personal top 25 groups. In at number 20, you can probably hear it in the background, and you already know what it is. Represent Compton, California, N.W.A. Yeah. I figured I couldn't make a top 25 list without throwing N.W.A. in it. Just holds a special place in my heart, like, musically, just for the time I discovered these guys, and I mean, N.W.A. is one of the most influential groups of all time. If you don't like the gangster music or whatever, that's fine, but you can't deny the fact of the impact these guys had on the whole industry. It's not necessarily why I like them. I think that I think Ice Cube is an amazing artist. Dre's production in these days was just way ahead of its time. Easy had, personality. And MC Ren, I think, is one of the most underrated MCs. The guy, he can rip mics and never got the credit that he ever deserved in the industry. Still doesn't. People still overlook MC Ren, But get into N.W.A.'s debut record, Straight Outta Compton. I'm not really going to count the N.W.A. and Friends kind of compilation record that came out a couple years before this, because it's not officially an album, it was just a release that they did. I do have it on tape somewhere. I never actually picked up the CD, I don't know why. Should probably get on that one day, but I do have the tape somewhere. But anyways, we'll get to N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton. Released in 1988, of course, the year I started listening to hip-hop. I never heard this album until, I don't know, probably a year after maybe it came out, and I was only 9 years old when I first heard this. This album almost scared me, to be honest. Like, it was crazy. Like, hearing songs like Fuck the Police when you're 9 years old, you're going, shit, I don't know, I just didn't know what to think of it, right? But the song Straight Outta Compton is playing in the background right now. Got me hooked on these guys. I love the breakdown of it so much. Production, everything about it. Like I said, Ice Cube pretty much wrote this entire record. He wrote all Dre's verses. He wrote his own verses. He wrote Eazy's verses. It was him and Ren that did this record. So, but everybody knows this record. I don't really need to break it out too much. I actually really big fan of the 8 Ball remix on here. I think Cube did a great job writing that song for Eazy. It fits his personality so well. Gangsta Gangsters, I think, is my favorite song on the record, hands down. It's just such an awesome record. Debut, classic stuff. N.W.A. Everybody needs to own this. Then getting into N.W.A. right after Ice Cube left the group, due to, I'm not going to get into all the issues and stuff that happened with Cube and N.W.A. and stuff, but N.W.A. released their first EP without Ice Cube called 100 Miles and Running. And, it's short, but it's got 100 Miles and Running, Just Don't Bite It. Surprising here. It's actually really good, man. I think Dre's production was just phenomenal on this, and Niggas for Life too. It's short, sweet, it's good. It's definitely worth owning. This is actually seems like it's kind of hard to find nowadays. I don't know if it's out of print or not. Maybe it is. Maybe this EP is. I'm not sure, but who knows. Definitely worth owning. And then, in this case, some of these are actually original cases. They're all busted up because I used to have these in my car a lot and stuff, so. The discs are fine though. So on to N.W.A.'s first full-length album since Ice Cube left the group, Niggas for Life. And, this was basically, at the time Cube was doing No Vaseline, on Death Certificate, dissing the shit out of N.W.A. So they had to come back, with Always Into Something. Great song. Actually really I like that whole battle. I never took sides in the thing because I was still a big Ice Cube fan. I was a big N.W.A. fan, so I always liked Dre's production and Eazy's charisma and stuff, and MC Ren I always loved. But this is actually amazing. The production on this is so ahead of its time. Like, it's so crisp. It's kind of like Dre when he produced DOC's No One Can Do Better records. You need to listen to that album today. It's not even remastered. It sounds top notch. It's just amazing. So that's Niggas for Life. Such an awesome record, man. Like, Appetite for Destruction, every time I hear that song, just blows me away. I'd Rather Fuck You, classic easy track on there. So, but everybody should have this in the collection. All these albums. I'll show these because what the hell? There's another busted up case. But N.W.A.'s Greatest Hits that was released mid '90s kind of deal. Just a compilation of really like a lot of the good songs. If you're just getting into them, it's definitely worth owning. I picked it up. I don't even know why I picked this up because I have all the songs, but there's just a couple of random interludes on here I didn't have. But I used to make really weird mixtapes and throw that kind of stuff in there. But whatever, it's just a compilation. And here's a tribute album. N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton was all redone by different artists. Just showing this just because, whatever. It's actually not bad. I really like I Ain't the One, the version that Mr. Mike did on here, the Ice Cube track. I think that's so good. Mr. Mike does a really great job on this. I don't really fully recommend this, but if you want to hear like a homage to a classic album, it's definitely worth owning. But so that's N.W.A. But like I said, these are all must-owns in the collection. All these N.W.A. records. For any hip-hop collector or fan, these are, N.W.A. is a classic group. So, like I said, I don't have too many gangster groups and artists on my top 25 list, but I mean, I can't help, deny the fact that N.W.A. is classic. They deserve the recognition. So that's number 20 on my favorite groups of all time, my top 25 groups. Moon616, thanks for watching. Peace out.